Hey guys, I am back. I'm a little sniffly this morning, so please don't mind me if I have to pause and take care of that. I think it's just the weather change. We went from, 80s and 70s to 50s and 60s, and every season that changes the weather, it's either my allergies are kicking in or I'm getting a cold, excuse me. I got a sneeze coming. Sorry. So, hopefully I could do this without a whole lot of interruptions, but I've had sneezing fits all morning here. So, I have a friend that makes jewelry. I have a lot of friends that make jewelry because that's what they do. They all make beads and jewelry. And she shared a picture of a feather that she made earrings from, but it was a wood feather. And the colors in it were so cool. And I thought, I wonder if I could recreate that in clay. So that's what I'm trying to do today. Now, I took the same exact colors that are on here and made this, but apparently I put the yellow next to the blue, and I got some green, and I really did not want green, so I don't know what I'm going to do about that. I don't even know if I'm going to use this yet. I just want to kind of see how it would work. In the grand scheme of things, this is going to be really a small cane that I'm going to be making, so I need to get this probably a little smaller. So today is election day, and I made a promise to myself to stay off of social media the entire day, and maybe tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day. I am just tired of everybody going back and forth, and just people being mean to each other. It's so stupid. I'm glad my generation, well, not my generation, my parents' generation, politics wasn't something people just openly talked about. And I get why now, because it's just always an argument. I have not gone out to vote yet. I'll probably go this afternoon towards dinner time. Thank goodness my polling place is literally across the street, so I will probably walk there a little later. I don't know when it gets busy. I'm hoping it doesn't get crazy busy. But we'll see how that goes. Okay. Alright, I think this should be okay. I do want some of this orange right here. So I've got browns in here. Well, I had blue. I think that might not be there anymore. So I want to make sure I take a couple of these oranges here. So I have like 2. And I don't need a whole lot, so I'm just going to put these together and just cut. Alright. And I'm only going 1 inch on these because I don't think I want a huge feather. Oh, there we go. So there's some blues in the center. Got a few browns. I think that might be all that we need for this project. It's only going to be about 2. I'm thinking about 2 inches, a little over 2 inches to start with. That's my goal. And I might as well just cut all this up. I can always use it in something else. And these are going to be a little bigger, but that's okay. And then I've got this whole strand right here. This has got like some browns in the middle. Okay, I've got those. All right. So this is what we got. I may not even use it. It just sounded cool to put a strip of this in there. You know what? I'm going to do one more brown. Oh, that one's a little thick. That's just blue. That's another brown. And a blue center like that. Okay, so we're going to leave that like that for now. Okay, so when I mean easy, I mean really easy. Basically, we're just going to flatten these. And literally, that's going to be it. Okay, and obviously it doesn't have to be perfect or anything like that. And I'm just going to cut this a 1 inch strip by 1 inch. And I just want to look at the thickness. Okay, and all of these, they're going to be wrapped in a very, very thin coat of brown. Okay, so we're just going to cut a bunch of these. Some I'll make thicker. Some I'm going to make a little thinner. And we'll see how it goes. I'm not worried about size yet. I just want to get them laid out. This is a orange. I think it's a pumpkin orange. It seems more translucent than anything. Okay, I'm going to make a big chunk of this. We want it, what, at least 1 inch long. We know that. Okay, and then I want a thinner piece. I know none of this is making sense yet, but it will come together soon. And again, they might end up getting thinner as we move along. We'll see how big this is going to be. Okay, I'm going to do the same to the blue. So now we have that size. just to get an idea of how big this is going to be. And then I'll resize it accordingly. Okay, those don't look very straight. What did I do there? Yeah, I don't quite know what I did there, but that's okay. So we got 3 of those. Alright, we're going to do some ivory here, and I didn't have ivory, so I just took the white and added just a little bit of brown to it. I used umber, and made it kind of like an off-white. I just didn't want straight white. Let's try this again, right? It's just because I can't see that strip there. Okay. Alright, so then we have the brown. And I will probably use a little bit of black at the bottom. Kind of like an ombre. And on this one, I gotta make sure that I save enough because each of these pieces are going to be wrapped in it, so it just kind of flows in the brown here. Okay, so we're going to hold on to those two. Alright, so let me grab some black real quick and do the same thing. I think I only need maybe 1 or 2 strips of this on the bottom. I may need more, I may not, I don't know yet, but this will be a good start, right? I know I definitely need 2. Okay, so now it's figuring out how we want to put it together. So give me a minute, I'm going to go blow my nose and I'll be right back. Alrighty guys, we're back. I want to show you my little Kleenex thing. I have a Kleenex cover that I've made a long time ago that I'm going to cover this up, but my sister-in-law gave me this. She gives me all of them. I don't buy, what do you call it? Oh yeah, now you just see the whole thing. I don't buy Kleenex. So, Costco toilet paper, right? You pull out that center cardboard piece, and then you'll see one of these that kind of sticks out, and you can literally pull it. And it's kind of like a Kleenex thing. So that's what we use around here. So when we have colds and allergies, we seem to use a lot of toilet paper. So it just saves a little bit money, because Kleenex is always expensive. Okay, so where are we starting here? Alright, first thing we're going to do. So what did I say? I just want it about that big. So about 2 inches. So I'm going to make this at the thickest setting. And this is going to be kind of like my center point. And then I need a whole lot of brown wrapped in probably, I don't know, maybe a 6 to go around each piece. But I want to make sure that my sizes are going to look okay before I even start that. So basically, I just want a strip of this, about 2 inches long, and 1 inch wide. Did I make it? I think I did. Okay. little short right there, but we will fix that. Okay, we only want 2 inches. So about right there to right there. Hopefully, yeah, it's going to be pretty tall. Okay. So on this side, all right, let's move all this around. I know I always make such a mess. As you can see, I've got projects that are above me that just scrap clay that I have not put away yet. Okay, so you're going to do a little bit of brown there. I'm making the top a little bit thicker. And this should be all rounded down anyways. Okay. And then I'm going to take some ivory. Ivory is going to be right here, and I don't need a brown side to it. And then, I don't know, we'll put some orange here. So this is just giving me an idea of what I want this to look like. Hopefully these will come off easy. Okay, and I'll probably go more brown here, but not quite as thick. We'll take that little piece off too. Okay. So this is basically going to be our feather. Now, obviously her earrings were, they were textured, obviously, because they were made out of wood. And I tried the other day to put a little bit of like stripes in them to make it kind of look grainy, and it didn't flow. It just looked like I stuck a piece of color into something else. It just did not look good at all. And so I scrapped that. And I figured they've got those little brushes. They're metal. And they kind of look like, well, they're brushes. And if I just take that and run it across the top, it should give me what I'm looking for. Okay, this is going to be done a little different, so I might double this one. We're going to see. On a nice big piece of gold here. But I want the shiny side. What happens if we put some black right there? Okay. Some ivory. I may put some black on this and make it kind of like an ombre here. And then more black right here on the bottom. Okay, so that's basically what we're looking at here. Let's try this side really quick. I got some yellow. I haven't really cut these down to size yet. I will. I'm just kind of placing them in there. I've never made a feather like this. I've always either used like really thin strips of clay and layered them on top of each other. So this is a little different for me. But it was something different, right? Who knows? It might end up being my favorite thing. Okay, so there's like a brown. I need some... Wondering if I should put my... Oh, I don't know if I want to put my strips like that. About right there. I mean, you could even make a feather that's just all of that. Would be really cool too. There's really so many different ways you can make this. I don't know if I like the gold. I don't know if I should make that yellow. So if I did something like that, maybe I'll take out that orange right there and put that on this side. I don't know yet. We'll figure that out, but I guess I just need to get it all cut out and put together to see how I'm gonna like this. Okay, and then if we did another black strip, it could be the orange. I just don't like this orange color, but then it's just so bright, you know? I would love to see like a red orange. Let me do a blue. Some orange. And then I was going to finish off with some black. Alrighty, well, I'm not sure I like that gold. I think it might be a little bit too dark. I could maybe use some 18 karat gold, or just get rid of the gold completely and just use the mustard yellow. I wanted to make this thick like that gold though. Alright, let me run this through the pasta machine here. Alright, that might be a little better. These are really small. The bigger ones might work a little better. Again, I only wanted to do this 2 inches, and I'm already kind of into 2.5 by the time this comes down. I'm not sure I like the oranges. I'm honestly not sure I like the mustard yellow. I do like the brown and the blue match really nice. But we got to separate all of these colors. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. And then obviously you're going to turn this all into smaller. So I may have to cut these at like 1/2 inch. Because if you don't, and you start to shape these are really going to curl up. And I don't want them to curl up like a peacock, if that makes sense. So this is an old different cane that we used yesterday. I may not even use this for this project. I mean, it's kind of cool though. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and just take this apart. There we go. And if I want to do that, do I want to do that on both sides? One thing great about this is you turn them around and you get a whole completely different, picture here. But I may not have enough. Well, I do. I think I do. All right, let's cut this up. Be nice if I can get one on each side. Of the bigger pieces. Okay. So we're going to need at least 5 of them. So I'm going to set that down there. These are smaller. Okay, so we got those. Okay. So again, this is the fun part of trying to cut everything up. So this is all going to come just like this. We're going to leave that alone. So starting at about the yellow, we need to just trim a little bit off. And I know that if I cut right now, all of this is going to stick together. So we kind of know where we're at as far as where we want everything, I think, except for those little pieces. Okay, so now I'm going to take some brown, and these are going to go in between every one of them, and all I want is just a little bit. Okay, so I'm doing it at a 6. That happened. Okay. And then we're going to need one on the blue. We're going to need one on all of them, so... So that's good right there. And we can try putting these right here. Okay, and then we'll take another, might need a little bit more brown here. Okay. All right, so I think this is where I'm gonna have to start cutting a little off, I think. Each one's gonna end up getting a little smaller. Oh, don't stick. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Again, another piece of brown. All right, so that one's cut. All right, so we got some white here. So out of all of that, the only thing that decided to stick to the clay was the black. Okay, so this one we definitely want to cut. I'm just going to kind of make it go into the shape that it's going to end up in. Okay. And then we have the black. Yep. Oh, this one's got to be it. This one's got to be cut a little bit. Okay, so hopefully that will all work in there, right? Okay, so I didn't do the big yellow because I forgot all of this stuff right here. It was sitting to the left of me. So what did I have? I had the white and the orange. Yeah, that white wasn't supposed to be there yet. That was my fault. So I don't need to put any orange or any brown on this since it's right there. Okay, and we can put the yellow right there. I had a feeling I was missing a color here. Nope. I'm gonna do it that way. Yeah, it's a little higher than it should be. But alright, so there's that color. Okay, so I'm going to do the same with this side. I'm probably not going to have you guys watch me do this. at least I'll just get the brown together. So what do we have here? We have the black, right? So I want to end with the black. I don't know if I want to add a little bit more of the turquoise blue. I really like the blue. I really didn't need the blue so close to the other blue, right? That's okay. It doesn't matter how we do it, right? It's just something fun, right? Doesn't always have to work the first time around. You make that first one and you know how to adjust for the next one. So I am not going to stress out over this. Alrighty, guys. So I'm going to go get some more brown, and I'll do it together with you, just so you can see the whole process. And I'll be back in a minute. Alrighty. So we got some brown here. So here we go. And I don't like the color choices that I picked on this side, so we are going to take them off right here. I didn't touch these and they're already sticking together, which is not good. Oh, and the center's coming off. Wow. Okay, well, there's nothing worse than colors doing that to you, right? Alright, so we're going to do that again. Keeping an eye on orders here at the same time. It's going to be a slow day for orders, which is okay. As long as it doesn't stay slow. Alright, I need more umber. I just had the umber out. I know I didn't use all of it. So, just going to add a nice little strip like that. Alright. And again, we just need a 2-inch strip. And if it's a little longer, that's okay. I have a feeling I'm going to need a little bit longer here. So, since we got the brown right there, we're just going to let this go right up there. Okay. Alright. So, the fun part is making sure all these are going to come off. This I don't need any brown, but I need to line it up a little better. And I really leave myself no room to work. Alright. Okay, so we have brown and the white. And this white's a little thinner than the other, and that's fine. That's kind of how we wanted it, so that they weren't all even. Okay. Alright, so we got the yellow right there, right? So I've got the brown. I don't want to put this right here. I want to wait. Okay, so this is the problem child right here. It is the white. Just because white likes to be sticky. Well, I need to pull this a little bit wider. Let's see. It's missing a tiny little corner here. Okay, so we're going to do the white. Actually, let's put the brown on it while we got a chance. I hope you guys are about as disorganized as me. Sometimes it absolutely drives me crazy. Okay, so one thing I'm noticing right there is that this brown and white isn't as wide. So I had it turned upside down. Okay, so what I need right here, how about we do an orange? Okay. And then we'll start chopping the colors, probably start cutting it down now. All right, so I'm going to put this back through. It's just crazy. So I got accepted into another show December 7th. I think I've talked about it. It's called Holly Jolly. So it's mostly gift items, but how much of those gift items would you guys use that are holiday related? I think you guys saw all my holiday earrings for Christmas. I had the reindeer, I had the bows. What else did I have? I didn't really make any Christmas trees. But I gotta think of stuff to make. I don't know if I like that orange. I think I need more blue. But anyways, give me some of your ideas that you guys use for Christmas earrings. I'm not one that makes themed earrings, but I have noticed they do sell. But I never know what somebody's looking for. Like the skeletons that I made, they sold like crazy, to the point where I sold out and had to make some when we got home from the show that night so that it would be ready for the next day. I did sell the skeletons, but I don't think I sold as much as I did last year. It helped me think of some stuff. Like again, there's Christmas trees. Then Christmas trees, plain, are kind of boring. And I don't really feel like decorating a whole bunch. So maybe I'll make at least a couple more reindeers. I do have like 4 different gnome cutters. So I can make a bunch of those. And I'm going to go this way because I'm going to have to cut these 2 off anyways. Okay, so I'm going to put the blue there, and then I'm going to put that strip down there. Because I didn't want this the same over here. But in a way, I'm wondering if I should get rid of this yellow. No, I'm just gonna leave the yellow. I gotta stop worrying about that, right? So let's get this into a number 6. And then, yeah, I guess we're just gonna figure out what else we're gonna do. But yeah, if you guys have any ideas for me, I sure could use them. I definitely don't need to make any more jewelry for this show, so I have been concentrating on making like oh my gosh. So I bought me something. My husband's gonna kill me, but it doesn't really matter. It didn't cost me anything. So all my business supplies, I use a certain credit card, or I use Amazon for boxes and bags and stuff like that. So when you use these cards, obviously you get like reward points. So I don't use my reward points very often. Oh, that's really thick. Oi, guys, help me. But anyways, I had enough reward points to get me a auto press for sublimation. Or not sublimation, it's just an auto press. So basically it's kind of like, I'm sure a lot of you have heard about it. I don't know exactly how to explain it. But it's just like a fancy iron, if you want to put it that way. It's basically a press. It's got 2 platinum pieces on it. You know, you put your t-shirt in there and you turn the button on and it brings down the top. So whatever you're attaching to, your shirts, your jackets, your hoodies, and anything else, you know, that you use your Cricut for, ta-da, it's done, and it's done pretty quick. But anyways, I've been making, obviously, mugs. If any of you have seen my Facebook page, I just listed a ton of mugs, designs, tumbler designs, and everything, because I don't have them on my web page yet. I've got a lot of them up there on the Me and the Mutts page, but not a whole lot. And the reason I did this was it was so easy just to upload a photo album into Facebook, and bingo, they're done. They're up. And then if anybody wants one, all they got to do is comment on that picture, and then I can make it. Okay, see how this... Okay, I'm going to move that aside right there. I'm going to cut a little bit off this blue right here. This is where it's gonna start. So yeah, I thought I'd make a bunch of those, but do I make them Christmas? Do I make them funny? Do I make them religious? You know, it's like it's Christmas time, but literally, do you really want a tumbler with a gnome on it that you're going to be carrying around all year? You know, so I don't want to use like usable household items in that sort of way. But yeah, I don't know what to make for the show, but I'm going to make some mouse pads, and I'm going to try and have AI help me create a couple designs. I mean, I thought what would be really cute for a mouse pad is a mouse pad. You know, like a mouse's house, right? It's a pad. Yeah, I know that sounds silly, but it sounded good in my head. So I'm going to go to AI and see, you know, a mouse in front of his house, and then if they ask me, what is this? It's a mouse pad. It's his mouse. It's his pad, man. I don't know. So, yeah, I could use your help if you guys can think of anything. I just don't know what to do. And I don't know if I want another yellow over here. I mean, the yellows are okay. Maybe I can do, I don't know, I think an orange, maybe. Or more blue like that. Do I want another yellow in there? I guess I could. Again, I told myself I wasn't going to stress over my color choices on this one. But here I am. I can't believe it's so quiet. I should shut up because I may have just jinxed me. But the dogs both had a field day this morning. We have a neighbor that's out there working on his car, and every time he comes back out, they barked. But now they're so quiet. And it's so nice. It really is today, really nice. Okay. So now we'll do the blue and the black. Yeah. I may not put, well, I may put the brown in between. I don't think I'm really going to need it. Because at this point, I don't think you're really going to see the big difference between the black and the brown. So I may just do that. All right. Okay, and then it's like, all right, do I wrap this in a color? Or do I just leave it open? I think we're just going to leave it open. Okay, so, I don't know, I'll do a little strip color right there. Make a thin white and a thin blue. And then we'll finish with the black. All right, so let's try this. We're going to go to a number 2. Just going to cut off a little bit on each end here. Starting to get a little soft and mushy, so I better be happy with what I do. Okay, I'm going to do an ivory. I don't know why. And we're going to do the same thing at a number 2. Okay. And then I'm just going to finish it off with black. And again, I'm not going to worry about the... Okay, fine. Maybe I will worry about the brown. I don't know yet. Put one more orange down there. Now, I kind of want to finish with the black on the bottom. I don't think I want a lighter color on the bottom. So, we're just going to fill this up. Alright, so this is a lot bigger. Well, no, it's about the size I thought it would be, I guess. It's a little bigger. But basically, it's supposedly you need to keep this shape all the way across. So that's going to be a little interesting for me to see if I can do that. So, and I'm going to do something funky. I'm going to make a feather attached to a feather, kind of. I'm going to keep going on the side here. All right, so I can do that. Since we're moving into the blacks, I am going to make a black strip to finish the center. I thought it was an easy way to make a feather. It's just as time consuming, I think, as the other way. But I think if I had an idea of the color that I wanted first off, then it probably wouldn't have been as difficult. But as you know, we play as we go. Okay, so now we got like a kind of like an ombre, just a little bit. All right, I'm going to fill it up before I even think of doing that. So yes, I'm going to use the brown next to the orange. And then decide whether I want to put it on the other side. I don't know. Again, once this gets reduced, you might not notice much of a difference between the orange and the brown. Or the orange and the black. All right. Going to have all kinds of bits and pieces here. I don't know what all these colors are going to end up being when they get combined together. Okay. Now we just need to finish the rest of it with black, which literally okay. Alrighty guys, I think that's it for this. Oh, that looks weird. I know there's a lot of shaping involved here, but okay, so I'm gonna go just make sure I don't have any orders that have come through while I've been in here. And then we're gonna add just a little piece right here. It's gonna be weird, I know, but it's what her earring looked like, and so I'm gonna try it and see what happens. Okay, so I'll be right back. Alrighty guys, so what we're gonna do now is get kind of weird. So I want to keep this round so I don't have a whole lot of squishing to do. So I'm going to add a little bit to this side. And I think this is what I liked about those earrings and what made them unique. Was it just had this little added element. Okay, so we're going to do this. And I don't want it all the way down. I just want to kind of bring it down so that it's going to be rounded. I hope that makes sense. So let me get one more piece. Okay, so do the same here. right? And I don't think we're going to go as much on this side. So we're going to cut it about right there. Okay. And then we're going to add little chunks. And we're going to make it look like it's making a side feather on the feather. Okay, so again, we're just going to roll that out. And this one's not going to be really big. It's just to keep that shape. I'm going to just try and keep it round here. So basically, it's going to come right back up. Yeah, I know, that's kind of weird. Okay. And we're going to add a little bit of brown in between. And again, I'm going to number 6. Okay. And we're going to add a thin strip of blue. And yeah, we're going to cut a lot of this off, so. Okay. Okay, add a little bit of yellow. I'm probably going to add a little bit of brown on the top just to bring all this together. Add a little bit more brown. Okay, add a little bit more. You don't have to do this either if you want to just leave it just the normal feather. But again, there's just something I liked about that. Adding piece onto the side like that. That was pretty cool. That could have been just a little longer. So we might have to add okay. So now I am just adding a strip here because I'm a little short on the brown. As you can see, just right there. Okay, that's going to help me a little bit with that side. Yeah, it looks kind of funky, that's for sure. It's okay. It's supposed to. Okay, and this one we're just going to add, I don't know, we'll go a little white. About right there. And a little blue. Actually, this is supposed to go up like that. Nope, this is supposed to go down. No, that goes up. And then this one's going to go up too. I don't want too much white. Okay, and then I'm just going to put a strip of brown on both sides. We'll add a little blue strip, and that's probably all we're going to need to do. Because I don't know how this is going to turn out, guys. Okay. It is definitely different for me. Definitely. All right, let me add a little bit of umber to that. And I'll finish off with a big umber piece. And it's all going to be where you pretty much put your slices anyways. All right. All right. Okay. So now I'm just going to take a little bit of brown, throw it up on top. You know, if you wanted to, you could take a little bit of blue up there, which I might just do that. All right, let me gather up all this brown. And then we can get rid of all of this, and my God, try and reduce this. That's the part I'm worried about. So this I might take down to a number 3 and then slowly build up. Okay, and then we got some blue here. So let's make a nice little blue, a blue spot here for this. Since it's the only color that I really have enough of, I don't want to do yellow. Okay. See what I mean? It's just, if I can get this about an inch thick. All right, so we got this little blue right here. All right, let's go ahead and make this thicker. It'll be faster. Okay. All right, so we're just gonna have to fill in a couple areas here. I'll move you up there. Alrighty, I think that's it. Yes, it's weird. It's definitely weird. Alright, but hopefully when we reduce this down, it'll come out into something cool, right? So that's basically what I'm going to do, is I'm just going to reduce it and try and keep the shape all the way through. So I don't want to make it really pointy yet. And I want to keep that top around. And this is going to look really ugly on the sides. I can tell right now. But we're looking for the finish, right? Alright, so I'm just going to continue doing this. And basically, to keep it that shape, you're just going to make sure that you do both sides. So always come back, keep it round, push it down as you're pulling out. Alright, so I am going to go reduce this, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Alrighty guys, so we've got this at about 1 1/4 inches, and it's about, I don't know, it looks like an inch in length, but I don't know why it just seems bigger. So I'm just going to cut this straight in half. And this is like the worst and best part. Okay, so that is our feather. So I'm happy with the colors. They're not bad, but I'll know more if I like this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to kind of make it a little pointy on the bottom, but I want to keep it the round shape on top. This is a big cane. I wasn't expecting it really to be this big, but it's big. So now I'm just going to cut just a couple here. Okay. Okay, so by doing it that way, it didn't really, how do I say it? It didn't really fold the feathers down probably as much as I would have liked them. I still like them. And I think once I get the cuts in there, that's going to be better. So I'm probably going to use a pair of scissors for that. Okay, we're gonna see what happens here. So we're just gonna kind of put a little snip in a couple of different areas. And we'll go down about right there. Go right there. And we'll bring that down a little longer. Okay. So we want to go into the yellow, under the white. Go like that. And we'll go like that. Okay, so now we're just going to kind of separate them. Again, your first piece is always the test piece, right? So all I got to do is see what I like about these and keep that, and omit what I don't. It didn't give me the effect that I wanted, but then the other ones were wood and probably painted on, right? See, but to me it's not as round as I want it. Does that make sense? So I want it a little thinner. Just give it a little more of a round shape. So you can, let's try that. I'm just going to cut a thin slice out. Oops, that might have been a little bit too much right there. They're cute, but they're not what I was expecting. So I'm gonna cut 2 more. And before I put those side cuts into it, I'm gonna see if I can round it a little more. So if you put it on a tile or something, okay. It's definitely interesting. Definitely out of the box for me. Okay, now you just want to get them both so that they're the same size. All right, so I definitely want a chunk right there. Only if it comes out in one piece. Okay, I'm going to do that on the same one. On this one, I'm going to go a little lower. Okay, I'm going to cut that out later. And you literally can make as many of these cuts as you want. I need something sharp, but I don't know where any of my X-Acto knives are. This will work. Yeah, I don't know, guys, but was it fun to make? Yeah, it was kind of fun. It might look different when it's baked, but I don't know. Then you have to open up these little pieces, and for some reason this guy's not opening up. And who knows, when it's sanded and all that, it might actually look better than I was expecting. I don't know. Yeah, I don't like the way I cut those at all. But anyways, so there's our feathers. But I just don't like the top. All right, well, we're going to throw those in the oven, and we'll see how we like them when we come back. I guess we can always change it, but that was our feather right here, our funky feather with the two. Yeah, I probably could have do without, but I don't know. Usually on the feather, obviously, you know, these are going to round out a little more. So that might be throwing me off, is because it's not as feathery as I thought it would be. You know, I wanted these to come down just a little more. So I may have to roll this out a little bit more to get to that point. But anyways, that's our feather. I don't know what we're going to do with this. If you guys really like this, let me know and I'll put it up for sale. I won't cut it any smaller, but I don't know. I can do 2-inch. A couple 2 inches is what I have. So anyways, that's it, guys. I hope you like that. A little funky, but I think once I cut them out and shape them and stuff, they're going to be looking okay. So we'll see you next time. Bye. Alrighty, guys. We're coming back one more time on this one little video here. Sorry, I was about to clean beads, glass beads, and water got over everything. So, you saw the ones, obviously, that I put together and cut myself, right? So I have cutters. I have 2 different feather cutters, but this is the normal size, okay? And these I made just a little wider. I don't know how stupid that's going to look. This is the normal size. You can see how thin it is. And these I made wider too. I like more of cuts than just the two. So we're going to put those aside. And we're going to cut 2 more out. These I made at a 150. So the cane was only 125. So I kind of made it a little bit longer because I'm going to try and play with these just a little bit. Stretch them out and get them a little bit farther and wider, right? Oh, this one seems a little thicker than the other one. So, no, they seem to be okay. And obviously I'm going to sand them, so whatever I smudge and stuff, it won't be smudged for long. Okay, so we're just going to make this a little longer. Yeah, can you tell I'm still not happy with the cane? So I just wanted to see how it would look. It's got quite a bit of, and that's why I cut it as thick as I did. We're almost there. This one, I think we got it. So I'm going to kind of like, not do that. Oh well, this is just practice anyways, so. Okay, so there's one. And this one, I just need to go, I mean, I can make it, but I'm going to go just a little longer and hold it down. All right, you ready? Oh, the whole thing broke off because of that one stupid little piece, I think. Oh, no, it didn't. Okay, well, those turned out a lot cuter than me trying to cut it up myself. So I did do one with the 2 earlier. That's my attempt at trying to make a feather. Okay, but I like those. I think those are just kind of different, you know what I mean? Yeah, this I gotta fix a little bit. But I do like how that turned out, much better. And it just gives a little bit more oomph to it, I guess, than just a plain old feather. So I do like that. I'm going to bake these and I'm going to sand them. And we'll show you the finished results. So we'll talk to you later. Bye.